Hey, how y'all doing? It's Cover Forward, the guys. I'm your host tonight, Terrance. Got Keith with us tonight. How you feeling, Keith?
Hey, drove to Miami for no fucking reason. I'm all right.
We definitely gonna get into that in a little bit for sure. How you feeling, Ant?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. A lot of teams got disappointed this week. I had a bye. It was excellent.
Hey, you got the dub this week, ain't
He
it?
ain't take no unnecessary loss.
He said he whooped the hell out of that bye week this week.
I'm
But
sick
thank
of
y'all
it.
for tuning in. This is season 2, episode 4. Here we got first and 10. Deebo Samuel powers the Niners past the Rams in OBJ and Von Miller's debut with the Rams. Man, I'm sure we all saw that whooping last night. How you feeling about that, Keith? What you think about this performance
Uh,
from last night?
the Rams look really bad. I don't feel bad. Like, I don't blame Odell or Vaughn. They weren't there that long enough. Odell was there, 3 days prior? So let's be realistic. All the Odell trolls saying, oh, now Stafford's going to go through what Baker went through. All right, pump the brakes on all that. I think the bad thing it pointed out is how they played bad against them and Tennessee, right? So it's giving people the blueprint on how to beat them. And if you've paid some attention, to me, if you get real physical with the Rams, you can beat them.
Definitely.
Like if you're a good team running the ball, you can beat them. If you're real physical and just aggressive, I don't know why it's disrupting them so much, but it is causing them utter problems. Like, they're having full-on meltdowns with people being physical. It's crazy. Like, Jalen Ramsey is the only person on their team, and Aaron Donald, that will get physical and can handle someone being physical with them. It's crazy.
Yeah,
That's how
what
I
you
feel
think,
about
Ant?
it.
I mean, at what point did you turn off this game?
I didn't. I watched the whole game. It was crazy.
Nah, fuck all that. Look, I like about half, almost like a 3/4 of the way through the third quarter. I was like, there's no reason for me to watch this anymore. I put on the Bulls versus the Lakers game, and I was like, no. But I was surprised that it
wasn't no reason to watch that one either.
It's different when it's your team beating the fuck out of somebody else.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah. Like Lonzo out here shooting the threes, like shooting the lights out with like 7 threes, and I'm like, woo,
loving it. Yeah,
right.
It.
It's different when you beating the fuck out of another team. It's different when like a team you're unaffiliated with is just smacking another team that don't really like mean nothing to you. I will say this: the Rams are really in love with none of the scheming that they did to make themselves successful with Jared Goff, because they believe they don't need it anymore because Matt Stafford is just that quality of a QB. And while that may be true, making things a little bit easier for him and the rest of the offense won't be bad. Like getting more into establishing the run, getting more into play action, becoming a more physical team like they once were, can only help take some of that pressure off Stafford, who has now had 2 bad games in a row.
But how do you take the pressure off them when they running game they ain't got the back for it? I remember I brought that up on Twitter. Like, Darrell Henderson's nice, but he ain't no Todd Gurley when Jared Goff had Todd Gurley.
I think it's the offensive line isn't really as good or as dominant as we, like. I mean, they have a lot of talent at the skill positions, because if you look at it, honestly, like when you look at like performance wise, if you look at like fantasy, for example, Darrell Henderson is one of the top backs in the NFL. But I don't think that O-line is really getting the push. Like you said, you be physical with them, that's how you beat them. But we know that Matthew Stafford in that offense they want to throw the ball and then occasionally, get some runs in there just so you can, be honest of the run game, just so they got to respect it. But I feel like they really want to pass the ball, honestly. That's what I think.
They're better than Kansas City. Like, they gonna run the ball. Like, they ain't gonna not run the ball. They, like you said, Terrence, they gonna make you respect the run. Kansas City they don't give a shit about the run.
Nah. Patrick Mahomes to throw it 50 times. They're like, listen, we don't
that shit's crazy.
Third game plan.
That shit's so crazy to me. But like, it looks weird, like just seeing like them just fold when teams get physical. Tennessee shouldn't have beat them, bro. Like,
no, stop holding Tennessee. I'm
not holding Tennessee.
Tennessee's the best team in football right now, besides maybe the Packers.
Yes, no, I agree with that. But I'm saying, if you play
They didn't look
Tennessee,
that
right,
good either, though. You know.
if you play Tennessee, right, and they ain't no Derrick Henry, you should be like, okay, like, yes, here we go. But the issue is
No Julio either.
exactly, and Julio ain't been playing.
Never played at all, bro.
Yeah, you're right.
Bro,
He really hasn't
exactly.
played that much.
But
Then,
if you-
honestly, look at their defense.
Their defense playing lights out. That's what it really is. It's not their offense because Ryan Tannehill ain't doing that much. So if you go back and look at it, their defense is just setting people up. Like they're
Mike
like,
Vrabel is doing a great job coaching.
they
them guys
like,
over there.
you think you're gonna score on us? No.
They ain't switch up. Like they didn't switch up and get pass happy with Tannehill, right? They signed Adrian Peterson, and they were like, they still had Jeremy Nichols as the other dude that's on the
He's
like,
there.
yo, we gonna keep running the ball the way we run the ball. Our offensive line is good. When I was talking to Mike Wall, right, the former offensive lineman for the Packers, he was just like, certain teams stick out to me on their offensive line, and that's particularly because they have really good offensive line coaching and technique. And like the Packers, the Titans, and the Browns, just because of the sheer talent on the Browns, were the three teams that stuck out to him.
Mm-hmm.
If you got the offensive line, you can run the ball.
Yeah,
I don't care if it's not Derrick Henry, because you can run the ball. The difference is that when Derrick Henry gets to that second level, he hits the home run.
I agree with that to the extent because when AB, granted it's AP at an older age, but he had 13 rushes, 14, 15 rushes for 20 yards,
Yeah,
he didn't really
terrible.
do nothing. It was terrible because
Yeah,
that was the thing in that game against the Rams. If the Rams would have just got going, they would have annihilated Tennessee because Ryan Tannehill, he wasn't doing anything. And AB was just sitting there, boom, just run into Aaron Donald. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm
run well that game.
No, yeah, I'm not gonna say he's not gonna run well as the season goes on, but just that first game, it was just the turnovers pretty much for the Rams, which they
honestly right now the game plan should be to make Ryan Tannehill win the game because
100%.
They're not running the ball that good. So, and we know Ryan Tannehill's not playing good, so we're gonna make him win the game.
They ain't even got that many receivers if you really think about it. Because if Julio's out, then it's really on AJ Brown. Yeah. And somehow Marcy Johnson, the receiver they had after they cut Josh Reynolds, he just got off.
Wow, they let go of Josh Reynolds, and now you're like, ooh, I bet you wish you had him.
Well, he said he wanted
he
wanted out, and they were like, okay.
I mean, it's because considering how much Julio was hurt, and he still ain't really getting no burn.
But I mean, is that a fault on Ryan Tannehill or
maybe he's not performing in practice? Maybe he's not showing that he's going to be a guy. That could be it.
I don't know whose fault it is. I'm just saying
because the only person he liked throwing to is AJ Brown. So I mean, that's one motherfucker that's gonna get the ball. Let's be honest. We know AJ Brown. Hey, bro, you gonna get the ball. So it's crazy to see it though. Like I don't know if I'm the Rams, I'd be kind of worried. I'd be more than kind of worried. I wouldn't be more than kind of worried with the new additions. Like, I think you're going to get Odell in there, get a nice groove going. I think Vaughn's going to get in the groove. But the other issue that is the kind of big thing for Vaughn is which one of them are going to drop in pass coverage. Is it going to be Leonard Floyd or is it going to be Von Miller? Because now you bring that.
Vaughn. I think it'd be Vaughn.
But now you bring that whole debate because neither one of them are that great in pass coverage.
That's true.
They're okay, but like their pass rushing or run stuffing.
Vaughn probably is more athletic at this point than Leonard Floyd as well, though.
I mean,
you got to. But at the end of the day, when you look at it from, them bringing in Von Miller, like I previously was saying that a linebacker was the piece that they were missing. They didn't have a playmaker at the linebacker position, so now they have a playmaker on the D line as far as like a star. They have a star D line, linebacker, and at corner. So they got a star at every level on the defense now.
I mean, low key.
But now the thing is, how are we going to make this work? Like, yeah, you got a lot of talent, but we still have to play. Like, we look great on paper. We got OBJ, we got Cooper Kupp, who's already is over 1,000 yards this season. Like, the amount of talent is insane. But you still got to go out there and play. And the 49ers showed that, last night. Like, I don't care who you got on that side of the ball. We some dogs over here, and we finna run y'all up out of here.
Yeah, if I was them, low-key, I put all three of them on the line together. And then I have another linebacker being pass coverage. Man, I'd risk it. I'd be like, you know what? Or I put a safety, one of those safeties, like in nickel or something, and just bring them up and be like, hey, you're gonna pick up the tight end or the dude in the flats, and I'm sending all 3 of these dudes to the quarterback because I feel
insane.
like that's gonna be your best bet. I'd rather
Pressure,
the tight end or maybe a running back, which let's be honest, ain't that many good elite tight ends or running backs gonna destroy a safety. Like there are the few, like you know what I'm saying, like the Niners have Kittle. The Bucs got Gronk, but I mean, it ain't a long list. So if you get the dude in that position, start going now, by the time he faces one of the dudes, he's probably still going to get tore apart, but it probably won't be as much.
Yeah, true.
Because if you throw him in there just right out the gate, like, hey, bro, go guard George Kittle, and we're in the wild card or we're in the playoffs. We want you to guard. You set yourself up for failure.
Yeah, for sure. So I mean, like you said, the teams definitely are following a blueprint to, get to the Rams. And, it's honestly, in my opinion, Super Bowl or bust for them this year. Everything they've given up to acquire this talent and stuff like that outside of OBJ since he was released. But since we're already on this topic about the Titans being the number 1 team in the NFL, Ant said Titans, Packers, toss up between them two right now. What do you think, Keith?
I don't think it's a toss up just because I got more faith in Aaron Rodgers and Ryan Tannehill. And let's be honest, both defenses are playing great. Yes, the Titans are missing some corners. They lost their first round draft piece done for the year, but the Packers are missing 2 of their star defensive players. So that defense is playing that good without Zadarius Smith and Jair Alexander.
Has Preston Smith been playing too?
And I think Preston Smith ain't been playing that much. So that is the fact that they're playing this good and they just shut out Seattle is actually kind of intimidating in a way. Like you're like, hold on, you're missing your best corner. You went against the duo in Seattle with their best corner. Excuse me. You're missing a pass rusher in Zadarius Smith. So I don't know. I'm going with the Packers by a landslide just because, like I said, Rodgers and luckily Aaron Jones isn't done for the year. He had a strain, something with his MCL.
MCL.
So that is big news for them. Granted, I think AJ Dillon could have been enough with them. They could have brought somebody else in. But
hey, Le'Veon on the streets now, so maybe
staying on the streets.
He might go to Atlanta. Atlanta need a back right now.
Nah, he's staying on the streets. I'm gonna be honest.
He's staying on the streets. Bro.
I when he first got signed to the Ravens, I made a video called "The Last Chance," and I was like, "This is Le'Veon Bell's last chance." There is not a running back that we have seen in the last 5 years that hasn't been able to be successful in Baltimore. Can you name one?
That's true.
One what?
Running back that has been in Baltimore in the last 5 years that has not been able to be successful.
That has not been able to be successful?
Yes.
I not off the top of my head, but I'm sure I can find one. But it's it's hard to not be successful.
In Baltimore,
even the backups are like Gus the Bus.
Gus the Bus serious though, but I get what you're saying.
I mean, honestly, I have to agree with you there for sure.
Yeah, they scheme well. They're dedicated to the run. There's a lot of options. The defense has to deal with both you and the possibility of Lamar Jackson at the same time. Like if Le'Veon Bell couldn't make it work there, he just ain't got it.
Yeah, honestly, it might be time to hang them cleats up for him, especially, he's done made a couple stops already, these past couple seasons. So not sure how, bright the future is looking for him right now, unless he can, land somewhere that we're like, oh wow, didn't expect that. But
I don't see him landing nowhere because he's never really had a burst, right? He's been kind of a finesse runner. He finds the hole.
It worked in Pittsburgh, but like I was saying, I wasn't sure if that type of running style would work anywhere else.
It won't, because that line when he was doing it too was pretty good. And then the fact that he was just making people miss. He ain't making people miss like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's different when you making people miss and you ain't that fast, because then maybe you can just get in the hole and kind of get out of there for a couple. But when you're not making people miss, you can't even get to the hole that, granted, our line is terrible right now, that they try to give you.
Hey, but Devonta Freeman been eating though.
Yeah, he been playing pretty well.
Why you?
I mean, what options you got? If you want to be honest, he one of the best options you got right now.
Keep rolling where we going before we get into that.
Also, I'm throw something in there that's see what y'all got to say about this. So, for the first time, the Pats sneak into the top 10. So, We also got Mac Jones out here stating that, the Patriots are very confident and know what the formula is for winning games. So what do you think about that, Ant?
Oh, well, obviously this is true, right? Like I thought the Patriots were a playoff team at the beginning of the year. I thought that they'd be second, if not just the best team in their division. It's just like let's be real honest. Like the Patriots team was 7-9 last year with Cam Newton, even after he had COVID and they had to like play. Was it Jared Stidham for multiple games?
Stidham and Brian Hoyer, yeah.
Okay, that's my point, right? Like
Listen, don't put me through that trauma no more, please.
yeah, and like we knew, like when they like got all them players back on defense, got a bunch of big signings on defense. Not all of them panned out, as you will let us know, but like Judon definitely did. Like
Man,
and
Hunter Henry, 6 straight games with touchdown.
Jonnu Smith is now coming back into the fold again. It's just like, look, we knew Mac Jones was a guy who could throw with anticipation, make the right read, and make it quickly.
I'm gonna throw this out there, Ant. Bill Belichick for Coach of the Year, and what?
Because he ain't doing nothing that I don't expect from him to do.
He ain't doing nothing that you ain't seen him do either. So like
listen,
the Michael Jordan MVP fatigue people talking about. I have infinite Bill Belichick Coach of the Year fatigue.
All right, it's Belichick or Mike Vrabel. I'm going with either one.
Mike Vrabel, I give it to that is impressive what he's doing. If they keep winning without Derrick Henry, that's twice as impressive, right? Like honestly, if the Colts really keep turning it around the way that they are, and Carson Wentz doesn't look like garbage, I feel like Frank Reich deserves his name in the conversation.
You can't
the rehab he did on Carson Wentz.
I'm gonna have to check Keith to see what you and Nick had our record as, because
I can tell you right now, and you can't even hold John Harbaugh. I feel like he don't never get no Coach of the Year recognition, and I feel like this is a big year that he should be getting, even though they just lost.
I can see it this year too.
Can I be honest with you?
What's up?
John Harbaugh is also another one of those guys on the list of you are too good of a coach for me to care. I did a top 5 coaches. I did a top 5 NFL coaches last season, right? John Harbaugh was like my number 3, I want to say, if not 2. And I got a lot of heat for that. And I'm like, John Harbaugh just wins. He's kind of like Mike Tomlin. All he does is win. And then you saw him win in completely 2 different ways with Lamar Jackson and Joe Flacco.
Insane. Like the whole team offense flipped completely.
Like that is coaching. Like those guys, like Tomlin, I'd like even like Tomlin didn't even get it the year he got a winning record with Mason Rudolph as quarterback. Like Tomlin, Belichick, Harbaugh, like those, like Andy Reid, those guys are never in the conversation to me because like no one's surprised that you're doing this. Coach of the Year is usually like, we're like, damn.
But I think people
believe you did that shit. The Browns in the playoffs.
Who got it? Who got it last year? Was it Kevin Stefanski?
Yes.
But I feel like people, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like people try to give it to dudes that get too far in the playoffs instead of realizing just someone did amazing. Like, you know what I mean?
Game.
Huh?
They won 1 playoff game. The Browns won 1 playoff.
No, but I'm talking like Mike Tomlin or someone, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not like just shitting on Kevin Stefanski. He deserved it. But someone even like Matt LaFleur or even like Kyle Shanahan early in San Francisco, you know? So I feel like sometimes they don't get that recognition. But for your Pat's comment, Terrance, I had y'all going 10-7. So don't act brand new on this podcast. The Matt, you want me to give you the Mac Jones spill?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Tell us what you got for us.
I think he was as advertised. Like, you know, we said he was a product of what he was. Like he showed you exactly what he was going to be and transitioned to exactly what he is in the NFL. The only difference is he kind of proved me and Nick wrong. He can throw to dudes that aren't that talented.
Listen,
which is
you
good.
Don't listen to me. I told y'all this.
He couldn't do that.
I told them
that. Anticipation. Like the guys were always open, but he was tossing it sometimes before they came open. They just happened to be 15 yards open because it was the ball was where it's supposed to be, and the other niggas was trash. Like, well,
listen,
I
told y'all
they don't go to Alabama.
I told y'all, bro. He throws guys open. He throws a very catchable ball. He's accurate. He reads defenses quickly. And honestly, I think his ceiling is a lot higher than we originally anticipated. Honestly, I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah. Anyway, like I was saying,
I'm gonna be honest.
that man's ceiling is it ain't that
Belichick
high. To
and
me,
Belichick has done a great job the past 2 seasons with his draft as well.
because he handed it over and he ain't doing it.
Listen, I'm
But
telling you,
He might
Belichick doing
have
a great
just
job.
like he definitely still has a hand in it, but I bet before he was just like, this is what we're doing, and everybody said okay. And now he's like, oh well, I would take input from other guys, which is this because for a very long time, we'll just do what I say, and it's okay, worked. And when it stopped working, he stopped doing it. So like that's a mark of a great, like that's again, he can't win a coach of the year. You can't win a coach of the year. You're just too good.
kudos to the Patriots, though. They are, I would say, definitely a top 10 team. The defense is playing great. I think Matt Judon looks amazing on your guys' team. I don't know what.
For anybody listening, Keith ducked my my tweet on Twitter when I edited him about putting some respect on our defense. But for anybody that be getting active with us on Twitter, he was disrespecting our defense when he created his top 10. So I had
y'all were 11. I just didn't put y'all 10. Was that it? I think
you
it was
had us
something
outside your top 10, and I was like, "Come, you tripping?" And I called it.
I'm not tripping. I ain't expect the football team to fall apart like they have been doing.
The Rams defense isn't even that good. Like honestly, a lot of the defenses we thought were going to be at the top of the league, like Rams, Washington football team, Cleveland, have all terribly disappointed.
Boy, Cleveland.
That's true. Speaking of the football team, so they took a huge loss, although they've been underperforming hugely. Chase Young suffered a torn ACL. Keith, I believe you believed him to be a potential defensive player of the year and potentially lead the league in sacks. So I know that's big news for that, the football team. How you feel? How you feel about that?
I think it's tragic. It's pretty tough news to lose your season. He's a young dude. He's super energetic. He's damn near the heart of that team. You see how they react towards him. To tear his leg. We got my buddy Adam Ibrahim. He's coming on next week to talk about injuries with us. He studies kinesiology. Can't say that word at the University of Tennessee. He's in his PhD program, so he's gonna come on and talk to us about injuries, just different things players have going on. But for the football team, I think it's a big deal. They did just get a big win, but I mean, I did have them winning that division, but now it's just looking. I mean, it's not the end of the world because I don't think they've had a divisional game yet. So I might be wrong, but I don't.
Far ahead.
Yeah, Dallas is too far ahead with all the wins they keep stacking up. I
don't see them beating Dallas either, honestly, at this point.
Me neither. I just killed a bug, but I don't see them beating Dallas.
Yo, Mr. Miyagi looking at
hey.
How you feel about Chase Young?
Yo, okay, I'm gonna say something because I was very high on Chase Young, very similar to Marquise. And I feel like Chase Young has a little bit of that Baker Mayfield issue right now, where like you got into the league your first year, you were a standout, then all the commercials came. You didn't see Chase. I didn't see Chase Young at least 3 commercials, and I don't live nowhere near DC.
That's true.
I don't live nowhere near DC. Then you got all the commercials, right? You on GQ showing how you spent your first $1 million. You like you a USAA showing how you bought your first home. Like, nah. If like let's keep that same energy that we kept with Baker Mayfield when he did all that stuff after being really explosive and like prolific year one.
People locked in on him though. That's for sure.
People locked it on Chase Young. They were studying you, and you didn't improve the way you needed to continue that dominance.
He only got one and a half sack this season. That's fucking crazy.
Exactly. So Chase Young is
insane.
I'm like, prayers up. He heals. I hope he comes back better than ever. He has the potential to be a monster, but his entire season has been a disappointment prior to this ACL injury.
They've had some tough games, I'm not gonna lie, but there's like 4 games on their schedule that I'm looking at. Like the game against the Giants, he should have won off. The game against Kansas City, that line, he got half a sack. The game against the Chargers, Atlanta, Denver, like all those games he should have snapped. He gets a sack during the Saints game, which is crazy because that line's actually good. But we know how their quarterback situation is. Mm-hmm. It's just crazy. But DK Metcalf got that same issue going on. I'm seeing these damn commercials, and I ain't seeing him do shit. And I ain't gonna lie, I don't know if we was gonna talk about this episode, but he be acting like a real bitch on the field. Bro, And I don't be all into calling people out they fucking name like this. Normally, this is Nick's thing. This is normally 100% Nick's thing. But between him and Devin White, bro, they be pissing me off. Everything extra that they can do on the football field, they be involved in, bro. Like, just play ball.
Other
Like,
than putting up stats, huh?
yeah, bro. Y'all are such good athletes, and both of them could be like great players at their position. Like, let's be honest. Both of them could be great players at their position, and they just involved in the extra, like DK getting thrown out of the game. Like, bro, why is you even trying to prove you the biggest dude on the field or just entertain people? You is the biggest dude on the damn field.
Yeah,
Let's
we
be
already
honest.
know that.
You could play tight end pretty much. And Devin White, bro, he tried to throw Gibson, the running back from the football team, on the ground like the whistle was blown. Gibson just pushed him and he hit the floor. Like, bro, like, why are you being extra? Like, I don't get it. Like, just play ball. Like, y'all looking like asshole. Like, you look bad.
I get what happened with Tampa because they was getting their ass beat by the Washington football team.
Nah, I don't.
Ain't no one thought they was going.
I don't
think they was going. That's a frustration thing. Like, you letting the game get the best of you because, like, Taylor Heineke came here and just put 40 on your head.
Like, play.
But that's the sport. That's the sportsmanship thing. To me, that's bigger sportsmanship than you shaking my hand at the end of the game. I don't give a shit if you shake my hand at the end of the game. Yeah. Like, because most of the time people be talking shit in them lines. Unless like it's a big, like, you know, y'all both respect each other enough. Most people just be talking shit when they shake each other's hand. Or you see your homeboy, y'all talk to each other. But I'd rather you respect me during the game than after the game. Like, oh, let's shake hands. Like, bro,
yeah, for sure.
Walk straight to the tunnel. I don't give a shit.
Now that Anthony brought it up, we were going to talk about should unease be growing in Tampa Bay? I mean, I think Ant kind of alluded to a little bit. He might have a little more to spill on that. What you think, Ant?
Look, I don't want to say panic in Tampa Bay because Tampa hasn't been healthy all season really at this point. Like, they lost a bunch of their corners early. Then they tried to sign Richard Sherman off the street. He got hurt. He came back. He got hurt again. Gronk gets hurt. He comes back for like a quarter, gets hurt again. We ain't really seen him. Yeah. AB been in a walking boot for like ever, right? Like, the whole point of this Tampa team was like, can you believe how deep this team is at all the positions that really matter with having Tom Brady? And now they got no corners. They might be down Vita Vea, so they lost someone up front. They're down AB, they're down Scotty Miller, who, like, it's Scotty Miller, I know, but like, it would have been helpful for when you lost all those other guys. Having someone that Tom Brady was still comfortable with being up there and around, but he's also gone. AB's down, Gronk is gone. Like, Tampa's biggest issue is getting healthy. If Tampa can get healthy, I think that the continuity of this team kind of allows them to go on a run similar to the way that they did after their bye last year. But if they can't get it all on the field, they are in trouble.
Oh,
what you think, Keith?
Tampa fans gonna hate me, boy. You know, I'll be on Tampa ass. They about to hate me. I already brought up the Devin White thing, you know, acting like a fucking sissy. This just pissed me off. But I think you really need to take a look at how Brady don't really trust any of these other guys. Because if you can't beat the football team, granted, Ant was right. Y'all do got a ton of injuries. I'm not going to downplay that because Baltimore has all the injuries. So I'm not going to downplay y'all having injuries impacting. But if y'all can't beat the football team, bro, with Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, the football team, bro, the football team. Think about what we're saying. We're saying the football team didn't have Montez Sweat that lost Chase Young. Like that, when you think about it, that's really embarrassing. Now, I'm not saying they can't get it rolling. Don't get me wrong. I don't have them in the Super Bowl. Remember, they're not my Super Bowl pick. I don't even see them going to the Super Bowl. True. I think they're like Kansas City. Like, they need to run the ball. I don't know why they don't use Rojo. I think it's because of the fumbling thing. Like, you know, but y'all need to let that man out the doghouse. I don't know what, like, y'all need to run the ball.
He's a beast. He's definitely a beast.
He gets chunk plays. He's fast. Lenny can't do everything. Like, I know y'all think playoff Lenny is all like that, but he took a beating in Jacksonville. That's why nobody was eager to pick him up right away, because they didn't think there was any tread left on those tires. And there is, but they didn't think there was.
Leonard Fournette's been playing well this year.
Yeah.
They're not like, are you saying that you would like to see Tampa look more Cleveland-ish?
No, they can keep both backs fresh. Like, you can spare one, like just like they had in like New Orleans with Mark Ingram and Alvin Kamara. It's like a change of pace. Like, Leonard Fournette.
Except for Alvin Kamara's catching passes a lot of the time out
Yeah,
there.
Leonard Fournette can catch passes. Then
And you can
got
use Rojo on everything
Rojo
else.
just like Mark Ingram.
Okay.
I'm not
I mean,
saying nobody can replicate what the Browns do. Let's be
But
honest.
they both can, they both can hit the hole. That's the difference. AK can hit the hole too, but he's more of a finesse type of guy. But like Leonard Fournette and Rojo can both hit the hole, yards after contact. You probably seen the videos of Leonard Fournette laughing as he getting tackled and running people over.
Yeah. It's just they can do more of that. I feel like they do have a lot of dudes that dropping the ball still. Like it's just
Tyler Johnson, boy,
Tyler Johnson dropping the ball, Darden, the little rookie, like Bruce Arians was on, like the coaches are being stupid. And then I think he was mad that Brady even threw that kid the ball. Like I think he wanted Brady to just throw the ball somewhere else. I will give a big kudos to Mike Evans, though. He hit Kendall Fuller with the nastiest move I've ever seen, bro. Boy, and he was rolling. You saw how fast Jit was going. He hit Kendall Fuller. Kendall Fuller tried to press him, which is stupid to begin with because the man loves when someone gets up in him. Besides Marshawn
Big and physical, yeah.
Bro, he just pushed him, hit him in the back of the head, took off. It should be illegal. That shit was nasty.
I mean, you also have to think about it too. Also with Tampa is that Tom Brady past couple weeks haven't looked good. Like even in New Orleans.
Well, you gotta think he don't look good because he ain't throwing to the dudes he want to throw the ball to. There's no Gronk, there's no AB. Like he's like relying on Chris Godwin and Mike Evans, and teams are focusing in on.
I mean, that's a better duo. That's better than what he had, honestly, in New England.
It is, but teams are focusing in on, hey, well, we can double both and tell you to beat us somewhere else. Like we could be like, okay, let's put the safeties over the top on both of them, and then you got to beat us somewhere else. Or a linebacker comes at Chris Godwin inside.
That's why you need to run the ball.
Exactly. That's the thing. You got to run the ball to beat that, or you got to use the other. Like, I think Tom Brady not spreading the ball was such not a problem before because they were getting plays. It didn't matter.
Everybody was healthy.
Everybody was healthy, but now it's like, bro, we're not healthy, and this defense can't even get you the ball back. They're not getting turnovers, so it's like on top of that, the injuries, like they are having a lot of injuries. I think Vita Vea's injured too, which is a huge deal for them.
Yeah, he hurt last year too.
They were like, that was their thing, is they could stop the run, but had problems with the pass. But Vita Vea is a big run stopping guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna downplay them like they're terrible, but I feel like the injuries are an issue to them. Brady probably is showing his age a little bit. I'm not gonna count him out because it's Brady. Yeah. But with all the injuries on offense and defense, like for you to go out some of these teams that are gonna be physical with you, like they're another team. Like before, like Ant said, stopping the run was a big deal for them. Now you go see a team with a good running back, like y'all probably might get embarrassed. And then that's just on the ground. They ain't even say they're gonna hit you with play action yet. Like, imagine they go play the Vikes. The Vikes just beat the Chargers. Imagine they go play the Vikes. Who guard? Good luck.
Yeah, I mean, insane. And to stick in the NFC South, we got Cam to get first team reps with the Panthers, and we saw him first. Pretty much within the first couple of days, come in and get 2 tubs in the first game back with the Panthers. Man, how do y'all?
I'm back.
How you feeling, Ant? How you feeling about Cam being back?
I'm happy for Cam, right? I'm happy for Cam that he found a team that needs Cam. I honestly, maybe as much as Cam needed them in this situation, right? And this is a good situation. He's being paid some decent money. And it's going to be interesting to see because this team is better than it was the last time Cam Newton was on the Panthers when he left the Patriots. Yeah. So C-Mac is currently healthy. That's big, right? They got 2 great wide receivers. You see how happy Robbie Anderson looked now?
Man, a completely different person.
That boy free.
That boy, like he just broke up with his toxic ex and he's having his most wonderful hoe face. like I'm telling you, he looked like a brand new man. And I think a lot of that energy is going to come back to this team, and Cam's energy is going to mean a lot for them.
Yeah, his energy is definitely infectious for sure.
The best
is the arm still there? Are the intermediate to long range passes still there for Cam?
A couple of the throws that he threw, I mean, that deep throw that he threw to DJ Moore at the PI. I mean, the throw looked, could have been a little bit better.
Short. It was a PI because it was short.
It could have been a little better, but hey,
it was a PI because it was short, and it. So, like, that's all I'm trying to say. It was a PI because the pass was short. Like, we seen Carson Wentz somehow, like, eat 3 straight weeks in crunch time on that type of a throw, right?
Mm-hmm.
But, like, it was a PI because it was short. We know Cam Newton on the goal line is always going to be great. That ain't never been a question. So those goal packages were great to see. Like, this team can only get better, I think, with Cam Newton.
For sure.
I mean, between all those corners they got on defense and that way that defensive line is, and with CMC back healthy, hopefully they don't abuse them like they normally do, but they probably are.
They finna abuse Cam again.
Yeah, they're gonna abuse both of them. But the thing is, it's gonna keep a defense honest. So you're not gonna be able to crowd the box, or you're probably gonna crowd the box, which DJ Moore and Robbie Anderson are gonna feast. And
defense will stay fresh too.
Exactly, and we not even bringing up Terrance Marshall Jr., who I think would be having a way better year if they had a competent quarterback.
For the first 3 weeks, Sam Darnold was putting on his best Oscar.
We know why that happened.
Winning performance.
Bro,
we know why that happened. He was supposed to do that against the teams he played, but I think Cam Newton coming back will definitely bring a different energy to the whole team as a whole. Honestly, we've already seen it, and then him already coming in and pretty much being a leader again from the day he's back, the moment he's back. Coming back, first play, scoring a touchdown, throwing a touchdown. So I feel like he gives them he's definitely way better than Sam Darnold. I didn't like him coming out of the draft, but I like PJ Walker in the sense of wanting to see him be successful, but I think Cam has to be the guy going forward.
What's weird? I would have started PJ Walker over Sam Darnold. That's why I don't even know why they got Darnold. And I'm gonna be honest. I don't care. Whichever way you look at it. What does Sam Darnold do better than PJ Walker? Vice versa. PJ Walker is more of a scrambler than Sam Darnold, yes, but there's nothing different.
The thing is, if Sam Darnold could take care of the ball,
he can't.
Look, I get it. Like Sam Darnold can make throws, PJ Walker can't. Sam Darnold can. Like, I don't know what it is about him. Is like he can get you kind of like in between the like 20 and the 20 and the 40, and then like as soon as you get up to the red zone, you're like, all right, all you got to do is not make a mistake, and we come away with 3 points. And he's like, this is where I throw the pick.
It'd be real calculated when to throw the pick.
Yeah,
it seems like it. It really does.
This is where I throw the pick, and that's why everybody is so hot. Like, it's the worst possible time.
If he's still in the league next year on somebody's team, I'm gonna be shocked.
Oh, he will be for sure.
His money is guaranteed already.
Yeah, he will be.
It can be guaranteed all he wants. If he on somebody's team next year, it's a crime.
He will be on the on somebody's squad, like no doubt about it. And
hell no.
Moving. If we had an option to have him out of the league, I'm sure we all can collectively be like, listen, you got to go. Sorry, but moving on to the halftime segment here. Keith is gonna give us his top 10 players of the week.
Yes, sir. I am. I'm gonna run through this kind of quick. I'm only gonna give the stats for the notable dudes that stuck out to me. 10, I have Jeffrey Simmons from the Titans. 9, have Darrell Williams from Kansas City. Had a crazy touchdown catch as a running back, not getting talked about enough. A lot of running backs don't have hands like this, let alone to catch a jump ball. What is it, 30 yards out at least?
Inside too.
But yeah, it wasn't out on the side where he's just toe tapping, which a lot of running backs actually can toe tap. No, he's jumping with the safety. Jonathan Abram got embarrassed. He needs to worry about playing safety instead of always trying to hit people. We see what Jamal Adams does with that. Doesn't work out too well.
Wait, and then I forget who tied interceptions with him because he only got like 2 or 3 career interceptions.
He got 3, bro. What's his name? I think it's some defensive lineman.
Yeah, it's a lineman.
Yeah, I forget.
Vince Wilfork, no?
Yes, that's who it is. Crazy, bro. Crazy. But I'm not going home. He's a baller. He just can't pick the ball. I put him as a linebacker. I got old boy from the patch,
Ramondre Stevenson.
Yeah, Ramondre Stevenson. There we go. Finally said somebody's name right. And then at 7, I got Jonathan Taylor from Indy. I think this dude's going to be a dog in the league. He's going to be problems here on out. He already is, but going forward, years to come, he's going to be a big back. Justin Jefferson from the Vikes. Jet Life, he's an animal. Nothing less. He can give you everything he got every Sunday. Stephon Diggs, another big dude, had a big game against I think it was against the Jags or the Jets. It wasn't
Jets.
Yeah, because they lost the Jags last week.
Indy played the Jags.
At 4, I got Christian McCaffrey. He returned. Looked like he didn't lose too much of a step. 10 receptions, 66 yards, 13 rushes, 95 yards. That's a pretty big day, especially coming back.
Yeah, it's a CMC day right there.
Exactly, which is crazy.
It's going to get better. It's going to get better.
It's going to get better, but I hope these teams start realizing you can't keep doing this to the players. Like you saw Mr. Incredible, Derrick Henry, actually get injured. You see what happens with Saquon. Like you can't keep being one-dimensional, just using and abusing the dude. You're gonna run him into the dirt. So stop doing that, please. Patrick Mahomes got back, didn't throw any interceptions, still looked a little sketchy at times, but he threw for 405 yards, 5 tubs. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know how they let this man throw the ball 50 times.
Insane.
That is insane. I don't even throw the ball on Madden 50 times. This shit's crazy to me. Okay. They need to cut that out. At 2, I got Kyle Duggar from the Pats. He had 8 tackles and 1 sack. Or not 1 sack. I think he had an interception. Yes, he had an interception. He looks good. I always tell Terrance he's a bright spot in the secondary for him, especially because McCourty's getting older. I like him a lot. Honestly, I'd take him in Baltimore. Going at first, we have Jimmy Ward. Had a night in San Francisco. And it was a real casual night, but it was with big plays. He had 2 interceptions, 2 tackles, and 1 touchdown. Interception, we talk about it.
He dropped one too, no?
Yeah, he did. He would have had a third one. He dropped one. He dropped it because the rookie safety hit him. When he went to pick it, the rookie safety hit him. If the rookie safety doesn't hit him, he takes another one. He gets a tip off Tyler Higbee, returns it for a touchdown, and he jumps up for another one. He had a game. He looked great. And he's kind of older, too. He's like, I think Jimmy Ward's like 29 to the 30 age frame, and he looks good. And that secondary has a lot of injuries at corner. So the fact that he did really well against a Rams team, who should have steamrolled them, didn't. It looked good. So I'm giving him 1 just off of that. There's other people that did good, but that's the ones that stuck out to me. Do look good.
Appreciate that, Key. So to give some interesting facts on the Chiefs, who are apparently ascending at this point in the year, they are 9th in points scored with 262, and points allowed. They have allowed 241 points, which is tied for 25th. I mean, with these stats, honestly, I feel like it kind of shows the Chiefs are who we think they are. Offense, we know they're going to score the ball, but, they haven't been looking the best so far this season, but they seem to be, ascending and, getting their stuff together now at this point, potentially. And then on defense, we know that, they don't have the best talent on the defensive side of the ball. They're going to give up points, and they're just hoping that they're going to outscore their opponents, honestly. But honestly, I feel like their stats at this point in the season are, around the middle of the pack. They're about overall like 18th. But I think they'll get better offensively. Defensively, they won't get too much better, but they'll definitely start producing more on the offensive side of the ball, I think.
Here's something I think you should think about the Chiefs. I got you. So the Chiefs, this whole season, even through the slump, everybody was about average 405 yards a game. That is still 4th in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
They also have the best 3rd down conversion rate in the NFL at 53.33%, which means that, this team actually moves the ball still. They've always moved the ball.
Yeah.
And don't get off the field on 3rd down. The problem is they just kept turning the ball over.
That's true.
And as soon as those turnovers get cut in half or go back to normal, this team is then just as dangerous as they always were. People were all about how the Chiefs offense, they don't have Sammy Watkins, all of that, right? And Sammy is important, but Sammy was also the issue was they are turning the ball over. Like Keith said, Mahomes still looked kind of suspect. That's because he was still throwing those suspect balls that were all picks this year.
Yeah.
Just last game, they were miraculous touchdowns, like the
The real win.
Jonathan Abram plays the ball, he takes it.
Yeah, that was definitely
he's in position.
Yeah.
I don't know if he just doesn't know how to use hand-eye coordination to take the damn ball. Because literally, Darrell Williams snatches it from him.
Yeah,
Jonathan Abram's like in the air. He's like, "Oh, I'm gonna take this."
But hasn't that kind of been the story of the Chiefs the entire time that we've known them to be at the top of the league? Mahomes does something crazy. This pass obviously shouldn't work. Okay, it's Reek streaking across the field.
That's true too. That's true.
Right? Like,
yeah, they play real backyard football.
Yeah, this year they just all been picks. And I will say that we shouldn't give them too much credit for these last two games because those teams were not playing a lot of too high man.
But the thing is, if you're not gonna play too high man against them, you're stupid.
That's on you,
Yeah. And in reality, the other fact of it is they won against somebody in the division. So I'm gonna give them that.
Yeah,
and
people up top.
And people were counting them out because I remember I was the only one. Like I was talking to Terrance about it last week. I was like, I'm not counting them out just because they're the Chiefs. Like I'm not gonna say I don't think they're gonna make the Super Bowl. Let's get that right. But I'm not counting them out to win their division or keep getting some games under their belt. I'm gonna be honest about that.
Sure, agreed. So, you got something else to say about that, Ant?
I just have like another weird stat about the Chiefs.
Oh yeah. Go ahead.
Is it Daniel Sorensen be letting up the most yards in coverage? I don't know who
that might be a real stat. That might be a real stat.
I don't know who daughter he dating that works in Kansas City or works for the Chiefs, but that's how he holding that job. Because I can go play safety better than that. Easily.
Literally. Yes.
Easily, bro.
Look.
Big facts.
Chiefs are top 10 in yards per rush. They get 4.5 actually each time they run the ball. They also run the ball the 29th most in the league.
They don't run the ball that much.
Yes, like they're at the very bottom. Like they when they run, it's productive, and they still refuse to do it.
That's insane.
Like,
I think the only reason they're so successful running the ball because they're gonna pass it 50 times.
Well, that's the thing. Like they're at the top 10 in the league on yards per rush, and they are at the very fucking bottom on rush play percentage. They just don't want to take it.
You know what's funny to me is that imagine this team with a running back like Dalvin Cook or Saquon Barkley. They'd be damn near unstoppable.
Yeah, they'd be insane.
They had Kareem Hunt. You don't remember that?
Oh, they did.
No, exactly, bro.
He was balling. Listen, I don't want to talk about how he bust eyes,
bro.
Personally,
if he doesn't punch Shorty like she's a fucking football, he's still there.
Honestly, I think just because he lied about it is why they released him.
But yeah, like how the Ray Rice thing happened. Like if Ray Rice doesn't, shit, it's crazy, bro. Like he literally could have just been like, you know what, I did punt her like a football.
I remember that game like it was yesterday. Kareem Hunt. I'm like, golly.
Don't you think that the team probably would have tried to get the footage and bury the shit? Like if he had told the truth? Don't you think the team tries to buy the footage and bury the shit?
I don't even think they necessarily try to buy the footage. I think they just put out a statement like we are fully aware of what actually happened, and we still are gonna stand by him or sanction him a certain way.
Yeah, they probably would have just, you're suspended for some time or something. Maybe potentially
weeks. They're like, here, like we talked to him about it, blah blah blah. But they probably would have tried to bury the story.
They probably would have.
The only weird thing about the Kareem Hunt one, like Ray Rice legit beats the shit out of his wife. The Kareem Hunt one, you can see the girl keeps coming at him, and he like pushes her. He fucked up when he turned around and just punted her. Because remember, he's like, get off me, you know?
Yeah.
Which is fine. And I don't know what Shorty said or what happened to boy. No, his homeboys couldn't have grabbed him quick enough, bro. That man, you would have thought he got in a fight in the club, bro.
Insane. So moving on to 4th and 5 here. So Keith, you can go ahead and give us your rant, your heartfelt rant about your Ravens taking the L after you drove hours to see them play on your birthday.
Bro, check this out. Miami Gardens, right? That's the stadium. That shit is. Hold on. Let me get the right address.
This man drove hours
that
to
shit
see
is
the Ravens take an L to the Dolphins. on his birthday.
That
at
shit is
that.
4 hours, 32 minutes away right now, right? I was geeked. I'm like, all right, bro. I'm turning 26. I'm taking Dan to the game with me. Next day, I'm hanging out with the boys. My brother's birthday, Veterans Day weekend. This should be spectacular. The Ravens have like 6 players from Miami. They from the crib. These boys gonna ball out, and they playing the Dolphins. So essentially, it's kind of like a gimme game. I'm geek. We get nice seats. I can see everything. I got a great view of Sammy Watkins not trying to catch the ball. I got an even better view of them running an all-out blitz with no screens or nothing. We just decided, hey, they're going to run all-out blitz. We're going to call screen plays too. It's just going to work out with the terrible line we have. I mean, I don't know. I was disappointed. It was dope, though. I will give Miami kudos. I'm going to give them kudos. That's a big win for them. The fans, I'm going to be honest. The fans don't want no other quarterback. They want Tua because that stadium lost their mind when Tua came in the game.
Yeah.
And it was crazy. Yeah, so if I'm the Dolphins, I would just rock with Tua, try to build around him. Like, you got the weapons on offense, try to build the line and add stuff on defense. Fans love them. They got a good win. That's impressive. I'm
Honestly,
mad.
I think they got to call plays for Tua, bro. I don't think the play calling fits his play style, like the way. Me personally, that's what I think.
I think they trying to have him do too much, and he a small quarterback, like kind of how Russ can't see and Drew couldn't see over the line. And his line is bad. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Like, it'd be different if his line was good and he had a run game. Then it'd be like, oh, okay. Because we already got you receivers and a tight end. Like, he don't have nothing working in his favor. The Dolphins are thinking they can bring in Deshaun Watson or Russell Wilson, and it's going to mask everything, which you're right. It's going to mask everything, but they still ain't going to win no games because your defense ain't good.
Their defense was good. That's the weird.
Yeah, it was good and looked great against us, but their defense ain't really that good. I like Cameron Wilkins. I think Xavier Howard is great. I wish during the deadline it actually would have went through because he returned the damn touchdown. But they're trying to have too much. But back to me ranting about this shit ruining my damn birthday. The Dolphin Stadium looks great. Shout out to what they did for all the veterans. They had some veterans on the field. They had throughout the game, they were announced all the members in the stadium that were Navy veterans stand up, and then they do the Army ones dance, hit me to stand up, punching me, stand up, bro. I'm like, all right, bro, I'll stand up. But it was super dope. They have a nice stadium. They're building a track outside of it too for NASCAR or something, which is fucking crazy, bro. Like, bro, it's gonna be a whatever they call a track going around the stadium, which looks dope. They need to work on getting more food for all the damn fans. They ran out of food, which is crazy. That was the only negative thing I got to say about that. That was weird, but the Ravens, I mean, y'all just look like shit. Lamar look like shit. Y'all look like shit, bro. It's crazy.
I think they came in cocky. They
did. They came in
beat the shit out of the Dolphins.
They came in real arrogant about it, and you got to show up every Sunday. It's any given Sunday or given Thursday, whatever day. But they just.
I saw an insane stat that y'all over the last couple of games, y'all played them. Y'all done outscored them by a couple of points.
They done aired them out every time they played.
Yeah, y'all at least 100 points ahead of them. I was like, bro, what?
And it's crazy to me that they didn't I get coming in there cocky because you beat them so many times. But if you're from the crib, those boys are from Miami. I thought they would want a ball being home.
Exactly.
Hey, we're playing in front of our family, And the stadium, it was weird, bro. Me and Dan are walking up to the game. And we're seeing so many Ravens jerseys, bro. And it's crazy because I'm like, bro, what the hell's going on? Why there's so many Ravens jerseys? You got to account for, if you're a Lamar fan, right? You got to account for if you grew up watching Lamar play. You got to account if you grew up watching Sammy play, Hollywood, and then you're like, okay, this kind of makes sense. Why we seeing all these fans here? And I ain't really think about it at first, but I'm going to be honest. I ain't got us going to the Super Bowl or no crazy shit like that anyway. So shit's just ridiculous, bro. Motherfuckers just look embarrassed. Need to get rid of the offensive coordinator. I trade Sammy for Orlando Brown right now. Right motherfucking now, bro. Because I remember I said when we got Sammy that we still needed a receiver. Remember, I said there was nothing wrong with the Sammy thing, but I was like, let's be honest, we still need a receiver. Man, it just shows we still need a receiver. I'd love if Kyle Shanahan got fired by the Niners so we could hire him because I feel like Lamar in that offense would do damage.
We know that ain't gonna happen.
Oh, you know what? Something interesting happened. I was playing. This has nothing to do with the Ravens because I was driving home after the game because I did a turn and burn to watch the game. I drove back to fucking Tampa, and I'm playing Mode 3, right? There's a song that let off some gunshots in it, right? Danny's in the car sleeping. Danny gets up, just looks at me. She's like, what are you doing? You didn't hear that? Because the gunshots go off. You know, the amp's going. So shit starts ringing in the car. Bro, little girl, look at me. She's, what? Drive? You don't hear people shooting? Bro, I look at this girl. I was like, what is wrong with you? That was probably the highlight of
kicker.
that was probably the highlight of my night because Ravens didn't highlight shit.
Well, at least you got a kicker at the end of it. And, so we got the Steelers tying with the Lions, although they didn't have Big Ben, and it seems like the Lions can do everything but win. So, what you got to say, Keith?
Bro, how is Mason Rudolph starting these games? Why? Someone explain to me why Dwayne Haskins did not start. This man Mason Rudolph threw for 50 times. 50. He threw the ball 50 times. How the fuck is he still there?
It don't make sense.
Mason
He's not good.
And like, I bet he's very easy to teach and work with, but has a lot of limitations. And Dwayne Haskins, on the other hand, went to the strip club and watching film and studying during the COVID season.
It's not a talent issue, though.
Answer.
Yeah, it's not a talent issue.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Dwayne Haskins is probably significantly more talented than Mason Rudolph, and Mason Rudolph is probably significantly easier and more coachable.
Hey, you know what is weird though? People are mad that this game ended in a tie. I'm here to tell you, I am not mad at the game ended in a tie. I am mad at the overtime rules.
Yeah, the fact that it can end in a tie.
I don't like the overtime rules.
Yeah,
it's like the first person scores, that's it. It's a wrap. Because if you kick a field goal, you can go down. The other team can get the ball back. But if you score, it's a wrap. Like I don't like that. I wish everybody could possess the ball once, but you can only do that if you kick a field goal.
I mean, it's hard to score touchdowns though. So at the end of the day, if you I mean, who wanted more?
Sudden death is kind of nice, just so you can't cause a tie to flip you into a second overtime if you didn't want to tie. You know what?
Doesn't college allow you to keep going back and forth?
Oh yeah, college allows too much shit.
Insane. Yeah,
you can be in what 3 OTs in college.
I did that one time before too. It was insane. It was crazy. Yeah,
I would have let somebody
score 60-something points. It was crazy.
Hey, run
like a 60-yard field goal. Whoever hits that bitch wins.
Yeah, or something like that. Like put some pressure on the kickers. Like, all right, y'all got to make a 60-yard field goal. Y'all got to go kick for kick. Like, I kind of be like, I would actually like that. It sounds wild. They wouldn't do that. But imagine going kick for kick.
All right, kick for kick to see who get the ball.
No.
Oh, hell no. That's too much time just to kick.
I mean, it ain't a lot of time, I don't feel like. It's gonna be the kick's gonna be quick.
Think about it. If you go from the 30-yard line and go back, we go 30, 35.
No,
40,
we don't got to start at 30. We can start at the 60 or whatever. Just go
start at the 30 because imagine if your kicker misses a 30-yard field goal.
Oh, wow. Boy, listen, he might well pack his shit.
Bro, I would totally rather do that. Like, go 30, 35, 40, we just kick all day. But you still got the people rushing you. It's not like an open kick. Like, you still got someone coming at you.
Yeah, boy, I kick him this that. He might well go and pack his bags. So I'm getting up out of there myself, personally. So we got the Packers versus Seahawks game. So question.
Game.
Look,
is Russ' performance alarming at all?
No. You were on my show, right? And we were on the Flower Pot, and I said, stay the fuck away from this game.
You should.
Like Russ, and it was 0-3 going into the fourth quarter, right?
Yeah.
Russ had just came off of not playing, practicing, or doing anything for like a month after getting hand surgery on his throwing hand. Like, I'm not alarmed because this is kind of what I expected. All of that, right? So
he wasn't ready, first of all.
Coming off surgery, doing apparently 19 hours a day of rehab or wherever the fuck he was pushing for his narrative. What? All you did was sleep in rehab. You ain't see Sierra not one time.
Shit.
Lying ass. Yeah, exactly. Look at Marquise.
Shit. Shit. Shit, hell if I know it.
No, he lying, Andy Keith. No, he lying.
That boy got 4 kids with her. He lying his ass off.
So, like, this is kind of what I expected, right? And like Rodgers was rusty, but kind of got going later on because like he'd only missed like a week. But like if Russ can, and not to mention that game was snowing and like
yeah, it did start snowing,
which don't make that no easier on Russ coming back from everything.
Oh, I know that shit hurt.
Yeah. So I'm not really alarmed because this is as to be expected. And matter of fact, they probably had a better chance winning that game with Geno Smith.
Hell no.
Hell no.
How many points they score?
Bro.
I'm rocking with Russ. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
he wasn't ready, but I'm rocking with Russ.
Russ could be 25% he better than Geno. Okay. Let's be honest. What you say?
How many points they score?
That don't matter. What was Geno gonna do?
Geno would have probably been able to actually grip the fucking ball
and throw interceptions. So it would have been 0-0.
It's like this man, obviously Russ is better than Geno Smith, but like he can't hold the ball properly.
Geno gonna throw interceptions. So what you want?
Look,
yeah, he wasn't ready, but I mean,
I'm trying to say, like, if the Packers ain't scoring them, Geno would have got y'all a couple field goals.
They still lost.
But look, you might have been able to go into the fourth quarter 6-3 instead of 0-3.
Boys, 0-3 Greedo.
Insane. It was a crazy game. Like it was just like if you were into defenses making plays and just like, you know, no big plays, not a lot of action on the offensive side of the ball, then, you know, obviously if you're a Packers fan, you love the game because of the outcome.
Oh, but shit, they almost hate the game because of Aaron Jones.
Yeah, but if I'm Russ, I'm sorry, I'm sitting. I gotta get the hell out of Seattle, bro. I'm sorry.
Oh no, if I'm Russ, I'm going to the owner, which
I'm out of here.
It ain't even the normal owner because the owner passed. It's just
give me the OBJ. Release me so I can go play where I want to play at.
No, I'm hitting you with the either you fire Pete Carroll and trade Jamal Adams, or I leave. Because let's be honest, why did y'all give up so much to get Jamal Adams?
That's why you can't trade him.
Yeah, and that contract now.
No,
you can pay that,
bro. You trade him to get any draft pick back. Somebody gonna give you a second and a third. Take it.
Yo, you just calling that man trash now.
No, I'm not saying
they
trash.
gave up too much to
but they secondary is so bad, right? I don't know if they thought this man was Ed Reed or I don't know who.
But they thought it was Ray Lewis and Ed Reed in the same play.
Bro, he don't play the ball good, right? And your problem is your secondary.
Yeah, he's not a covered safety at all. Like he's a box safety. He needs to be hitting people. That's it.
And he ain't terrible in coverage, but he ain't
he's terrible in coverage. No, he's terrible. Let's be real. He's terrible. Sorry.
He ain't making no plays in coverage, so that's what I'm getting at. You know, your safety can typically make plays in coverage. And let's be honest, you got Contrell Diggs back there, right? Jit is only 5'9". I don't know if y'all know how tall Contrell Diggs is. He's like 5'9".
He's way better cover safety than
exactly. And
Jamal.
He's 5'9". So
Jamal
line that up.
Box safety.
Line that up with your linebacker at safety. It's a terrible duo to have back there.
That's the problem. Jamal Adams really is like a linebacker, but they got him playing safety.
Jamal Adams is a safety on the right team. You get what I'm saying?
Maybe they thought he was going to be like a Cam Chancellor type of player.
No, check me out. If you put Jamal Adams, say he goes to the Ravens, he looks great. You know why? Because there's two actual corners there. You put him somewhere where there's corners, he looks great. On the Patriots, he looks good with y'all because there's another safety on the other side of him, and then there's three corners.
Probably have him blitzing. I think the reason he looked good in New York because they were so ass. Jamal, go find the ball. Ain't no plays. Jamal, that was the play. Do you think, my boy? Jamal, go ahead, hunt. Find the ball.
Now I think about it every time I see Jamal play on the Jets.
He was in the backfield. Was he not? Every time you seen him, he was in the backfield. Ain't no play, Jamal. Just go out there and do what you want to do. Am I lying though? Am I lying? Every time
No.
you see Jamal Adams making a big play, it was near the line of scrimmage in the backfield or something like that.
He was making so many plays on the Jets. Bro, but like I said, if
Oh
I'm
my
Russ,
God.
y'all gotta trade me. I gotta go because they probably ain't gonna fire Pete Carroll. So, and let's be
That's what
honest,
I'm saying.
you got DK Metcalf acting like a little girl. Chris Carson ain't healthy. If I'm Bobby Wagner, I'm trying to get out of there too.
He
Like,
loyal though. I don't know if he going anywhere. Either.
him and Russ is loyal, so I don't think neither one of them gonna leave. I think they're gonna ride with the ship and die by.
It's diving.
Bro, they're so bad. Listen, between them and the Vikings, it's embarrassing to be this bad and have that much talent. Because I'm letting you know right now, I would give up everything for Lamar to have that much talent on offense and just get in shootouts with the people. Like you know every week, hey, we got to get in the shootout. And the thing about the Vikes thing that's dangerous is y'all actually have a running back.
Yeah,
And
and
two
their defense
receivers.
isn't bad, so I don't understand that either.
And if Irv Smith Jr. doesn't get injured, you have a tight end. So how are y'all can't even get in shootouts with people?
Because the thing is,
huh?
the defense is real bad.
No, yeah, their defense is real bad. Don't get me wrong. And they do get in like all the games are pretty much our shootouts. But how you ain't winning none of these shootouts? What I'm getting at, because they can slow down the tempo with Dalvin Cook is what I'm getting at. Seattle, it's all hey, we gotta let Russ cook. You gotta cook, baby, because we ain't got no running back, boy. You gotta cook.
We're trying to slow down the tempo with Dalvin Cook. Is that like your defense was only on the field for like 2.5 minutes, bro? They got cooked, and y'all niggas came right back outside. like you can slow down the tempo all you want, but if you can't get a stop, like possession is not efficient.
I'm just saying it's real bad for both those teams. Like if I were both of those teams, I would have a yard sale. I'd sell every player, every young dude, everything. Because at this point, y'all just look atrocious.
No,
both.
Not the Vikings. The Vikings don't need a yard. The Vikings need a change in quarterback probably to provide a little bit more oomph on that offense.
Yeah,
I don't know who that
they should have been playing Kellen Mond. Remember, Terrance? I said at the beginning of the season that they should have played Kellen Mond.
You did,
and let Kirk Cousins ride the bench.
Quarterback and secondary is probably what they need.
Looking in retrospect, looking at this season, you are 100% right. But going into this season, they had higher hopes.
What higher hopes? They signed Patrick Peterson, bro. I watched DK Metcalf bully that man all last year.
Listen, I thought he was gonna revitalize himself a little bit. I ain't gonna lie. I thought maybe.
Did you not see Justin Jefferson cooking him in training camp?
I thought he had something to prove, man. I thought he had something to prove.
Man, that's why I'm saying they need to have yard sales. Like, because people would do so much with those talents. Like, imagine if the Patriots could get Adam Thielen. Imagine if they could go take DK Metcalf.
Take them then.
Though, I mean, Seattle ain't got no picks to offer nobody.
Yeah, they scouted well. Kellen Mond, I think they didn't think he was ready just yet. Where did he played at A&M, right?
Yeah,
Texas A&M or Mississippi. I think. No, Texas A&M. I think.
Yeah.
So like, it's not like what he did was particularly like, what's the word I'm looking for? Intricate.
They made him stay in the pocket. His coach. It was Jimbo Fisher. He made him. Yeah. He didn't let him run, so he actually was suitable to be like.
He had a good run game too.
Yeah, like I got to stay here and pick apart a defense just throwing the ball.
I do think when they got Kellen Mond, they were looking forward to replacing Kirk Cousins probably at the end of this contract. I do think that they thought with a veteran quarterback that could supposedly make the plays that they need, their offense was good enough. And they believed, because Mike Zimmer supposed to be a defensive guy, that they could have at least been second in their division, definitely in the playoff hunt, and like winning the playoff game. Like they weren't going to beat the Packers in the division, but they probably felt like they should be significantly further ahead of the Bears. And like the Lions are the Lions, so no one even thinks about them. Right.
That's the scary thing, bro, is that they're they're not much better than those teams.
No, they're not, dude.
And it's the crazy thing is, you got to think all those teams are going to get better. Like as the team, like the Lions they play so hard for that coach, and they're not a good team. Like whatever the kneecap dude got them like buying into, they fully bought into. Because if you replace Jared Goff with a competent quarterback, they probably get some wins.
Yo, you think the Lions try to go from Jared Goff to Kirk Cousins?
Man, listen.
I hope not.
They wouldn't win no games either. They ain't win no games.
And
Kirk
let's be
Cousins,
honest.
he probably put up some stats. They might look like, dang, Kirk Cousins balling.
But let's be honest,
Man,
the
they ain't win
Bears,
one game.
if Matt Nagy's dumbass starts Justin Fields and in training camp unless he gets the reps, him and Allen Robinson probably have a lethal connection. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and the play calling too, because
granted,
that boy Matt Nagy be
Allen Robinson, he looked like he don't even want to be there. But the thing is, he probably don't want to be there because they can't work out the contract. That's first of all. But at least if he took the reps with Justin Fields, at least they have a connection and a relationship. And then be like, you know what? I don't want to play here, but let's put up some numbers. Because we done
help
seen
me out for my next contract.
We done seen plenty of duos put up numbers and be somewhere terrible. So
it's weird, man. I get why people are like, you should have started Justin Fields off rip, especially because like
it's Andy Dalton.
Well, no, like especially because Andy Dalton got hurt so early, you ended up having to toss Justin in anyway. So now it looks like it was a complete waste of time because we ended up having to play Justin mad early because of Andy getting hurt. And then at that point, there was no turning back. So you're right. But the same reasons why those
I said starting from day one. I'm sorry.
I know. I'm saying the same reason why those initial games were real fucking rough for Justin. It's the same reason why it kind of made sense to wait on him, right? You like he's still the most sacked quarterback in the league, not having played the same number of games as everybody else. Still,
that's because
that's the play calling, bro.
I mean, it's not just a play calling. They line is atrocious, so maybe they didn't want
that
Justin
too.
to take the beating. So if that is the answer, and not that, hey, we just want to play Andy Dalton. If you're like, hey, our line's this bad and we don't want him getting beat up, I respect that. Now you should have just said, I don't want my number one draft pick taking a beating.
Yeah, because
I would, huh?
You have to say, hey, yo, the niggas that we signed on the offensive line, all garbage.
You can say that because they all this garbage.
No, you don't want to say that as a coach. You don't want to be like, that entire unit ass.
As a coach, I would have been like, as a coach, I just would have been like, I don't want my guy to take a beating back there.
Oh my God.
We're still trying to work some stuff out. Because look, you got the thing with Trey Lance and Jimmy. You know, the Niners moved up to get him. And it's like, well, why don't
they don't win Trey without Jimmy? That was just.
And that's the weird thing. They don't win without Jimmy. So it's like, well, damn, like, do we play Trey? Because now, are they really even going to get in a wild card? Probably not. So do we play Trey?
I think you should. If you're if you're done with the playoffs, you're not going to get there. Obviously, you should play Trey Lance because he needs the reps.
He needs the reps. Like Justin Fields got to play. And granted, all those quarterbacks, people don't know that. All of them, except for I think Kellen Mond and maybe two other people, only played like a year, started a year.
Justin, I think, started 2 at Ohio State.
Yeah, but none of them
shortened season.
None of them have a huge backlog of playing like multiple games. So it's like why? Like, and you moved up to get them. You know what I'm saying? Like, granted, Kittle hasn't been healthy the whole year. Deebo Samuel
might have played more than both of them, honestly.
Exactly. Deebo Samuel's feasting. They weren't. Mostert got injured. They weren't betting on that. Granted, he's so fast. He makes the running game flow. The defensive line, Nick Bosa, is looking good. You know, a lot of people were worried how he's going to be back from the injury. He looks good. You know, they lost Barrett at the secondary, their top corner. That's a big hit to take. So, I mean, I just look at it as they probably could have moved Jimmy to somebody that needed a quarterback. What you said?
I think they're going to. Is this Jimmy's last year on the contract? Or
is it?
They'll have 1 year, but no guaranteed money. I'll look it up. I think he has no more guarantees on his contract. I know that for a fact.
To me, a team like a couple people are saying the Browns would take him. Like Bryce, there's places that would take him. You can get something for Jimmy. It might not be a whole lot, but I mean, even the Patriots.
Can.
I'm not saying the Patriots would take him to start him, but the Patriots would take him to be a backup to Mac because Belichick knows him. He'd be like, "Yeah, come here."
Yeah, but Jimmy ain't going for that though.
Jimmy ain't going for a go backup, and I respect that because to me, I don't think Jimmy. I was talking to Ann about it. I don't think Jimmy's bad. He just can't stay healthy.
Yeah.
So it,
bro.
huh?
I think he's kind of average.
But that's the thing. We done seen people be average get far. So I don't think that's bad. You know what I mean? Like average
Yeah,
people
that's
get
true.
far. You can
That's
get
true.
you can get far. You ain't got to be the best player on the team. Because let's be honest, he won a Super Bowl if Deebo Samuel run hard and don't mid run just kind of sag off because he don't know if he getting the ball. If y'all watch that play, I beat a drum on this. He looked like mid route Terrance. He slow down.
Yeah.
And then
I mean, he
he
only
picks
missed
it
by
back
a
up.
little bit. Yeah.
Exactly. So you gotta think if you slow down mid route, and it wasn't like it was a stop and a go, like it was just a deep post the whole route, like run, bro. Like, why did you stop running? Because it was over right then and there.
Yeah.
They both quarterbacks played bad in the Super Bowl. Let's not act like it was just Jimmy. Patrick looked terrible. If he's throwing through that backyard football shit to Tyreek Hill, it's a wrap.
That's the difference. Patrick can afford to look terrible in long stretches of a game. Actually, that was that entire playoff run. Did they go down like 24-7?
But the thing is, they
was getting mopped.
They were playing from behind because the defense in that
Boy.
Super Bowl, they were playing bad because Mahomes looked bad. So then you look at it in that aspect of it is they just have weapons around them where his play style, they can always come back.
Mhm.
Jimmy, that Niners team is a run heavy team with a crazy pass rush. They ain't built to get in the shootouts with people. You just saw what they did to the Rams. They built to get in the time possession. Deebo Samuel was their number one receiver. Like they built them to get.
That boy run the ball out the backfield, everything.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? we gonna beat you up running the ball, get you tired. Trent Williams, the best left tackle in football. The nigga is like 37. He old, bro.
Beast, though.
Yeah, and a dog too, bro. It's crazy. So I just look at it like him on the Browns would probably be lethal. They got a crazy run game.
I like him there, but and the offensive line is relatively good. So hopefully he'll help me because that's the big issue. You could probably still keep Case Keenum behind him, and not have to get much change there.
Even on the Panthers, he'd probably be good. Say you ride the one and done with Cam this year. Cam goes somewhere else, probably get paid, or he's done. You can take Jimmy there. Like
Jimmy
there's
traded though.
I'm taking Jimmy over Sam Darnold every day of the week.
Jimmy's still a 49er till 2023. So he has another year left on his contract, but no guarantees. So I think that
they might release him.
I don't think they're gonna release him.
They're gonna trade him and then finally start Trey Lance.
They're gonna have to trade him. I think Trey's special. He just raw, so it's just like as opposed to Justin Fields, you got enough of the tape to know maybe what he needs to fix on.
They start Trey Lance and Jimmy's the backup. We don't owe him anything for real. He not playing, so he not hitting on his bonuses and stuff for this performance space.
He gonna be annoyed, and Jimmy ain't gonna be an asshole about it. But you're gonna see because he was kind of annoyed this offseason by it. I'd rather deal with an annoyed Jimmy G, and the locker room loves him, and he's still there, and then let Trey ride it out. Because didn't Alex sit for Patrick to start one time?
That was the final game of the season. Alex.
Oh, okay. All right, my bad.
Then I think they released or traded him, and he went to Washington.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would
happen. If they fall out of playoff contention, you put in Trey, you sit Jimmy, then you trade Jimmy in the offseason / beginning of this season, and you let him ride it through. You get some capital back that you gave up to try to get up there to get Trey.
Maybe the Saints give you Mike Thomas for him. Who knows?
Oh, that's a lot.
It's a lot. It's a lot. I mean, you're gonna have to put some picks. You have to put some picks in there to get old boy. But what if the Saints were like, you know what, he don't want to be here. We need a quarterback or a line. They do got a good line. Granted, after you do that, you're gonna have to get some weapons. What do you say?
They believe in Jameis.
I believe in Jameis, but I don't think they're gonna bring Jameis back.
Why not?
He probably ain't gonna come back to probably
No, he's injured. He was a 1 year deal, so I don't think they're gonna bring him back.
Yeah,
true.
He's done for this year, but Jimmy's a 49er for this year. You can't trade him. So it's all about next season as far as Jimmy being traded. You think they would rather sign Jimmy than sign a re-sign or rehabbed Jimmy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because I mean,
he's probably not gonna be ready for the beginning of the season anyway.
He ain't gonna be ready, but they didn't even buy into him. He was playing real good. So I would have let the reins off him a little bit. Let's open it up because he threw what? I think 4 interceptions.
But they ain't want to see 30 for 30 Jameis.
Because you know what he could do.
Yeah, 30 for 30.
like you try to be like all this talent, we just need to put it in a box because if we take it out the box, you be wilding.
And honestly, he even in a lot of the games that they won, he was wilding. Like it just so happened that it worked in his favor. Like when against us, he was getting sacked, he was falling back, threw up some BS to the back of the end zone, and Marquez Callaway just so happened to catch it.
I'm gonna be honest. If Jimmy get moved, the only teams I see him Saints, Browns, Panthers.
I actually really like Browns,
and that's it because that nothing else makes sense. The Titans don't make sense because him and Ryan Tannehill are kind of similar. So why would I get rid of Tanny for him? Doesn't make no sense. Those are only 3 destinations that make any sense to go after him. Maybe the Steelers. Honestly, I forgot. Ben's gonna be old.
The Steelers need a solution,
but their line is so bad that he's not mobile, so I don't know how that works.
Their line has gotten so much better over.
They're playing better. They're playing better over the season.
All really young guys, like new draft picks.
Mm-hmm.
Like they had to revamp that line because there was all a bunch of old guys that started retiring. I forgot the dude that retired, like dude that Ben was crying on the bench with.
Pouncey brothers.
Like you probably can go to Denver too.
Hell no.
Option than Teddy or Drew Lock.
Denver changed quarterbacks like models change clothes. It don't make no sense.
Denver changed fucking quarterbacks more than a stripper changed poles. It's crazy, bro. It's so crazy. I don't know.
It might work though. I mean,
yeah, who knows?
I mean, thank y'all for tuning in with us. This has been another banger episode. Cover 4 with the guys. You find us on Twitter. We're pretty active at Cover4_ with the guys. Catch Ant at the Fly Route Podcast, and we all active on social media. Thank y'all for tuning in. We out of here.
Later.